All right, so I've committed to my design. I could make a few moves. I was contemplating of taking this guy, this cube, and taking it out and putting it here, and then seeing what was underneath. But then if I did that, then I would block this kind of this moment here that creates more spatial depth, and I do like the open space back here. So I think I'm just going to leave it as is, and the next stage is to get my blue pencil, and I might have to still use the brown depending on what the values come out to be. So I'm going to sharpen that too. But as you can see, some of the lines that I overlapped here are with the brown. And then, for example, I didn't overlap this one because I didn't really have to. I just didn't want to waste time doing it. And I'm curious if I just use the blue here and not the brown and then the blue, if it's going to come out to be slightly different. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to draw this guy in. Using my blue line. And again, the blue is the darkest value out of the pack. And it's probably okay just to use the blue by itself. So you can kind of see just by doing that alone, it became a darker line. And this will also make more sense once you apply value to the planes, and that's going to be in stage 3. But for right now, we are only overlapping the lines to make things just a little bit more dark and crisp, and hopefully to better understand what's happening here. Now, out of curiosity, I'm just going to start to overlap the red here where I don't have any brown, and just see if it looks totally different. It looks a little different, but if worse comes to worse, I can always just get my brown if I don't like it and overlap it on top of the blue. So that's a little bit more potent. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fast forward this so you don't have to watch me outline all these lines, and hopefully it will make sense to you. Oh, this one's in front of that one. Okay. Alrighty. All right, so I finished outlining all the exposed parts of the cubes that one can see if they weren't transparent with blue, with this dark blue. And you can kind of see that they're popping out a little bit more. Do not try to erase those lines too much, the old lines. They're called construction lines. You want to keep those in there for a couple reasons. It kind of gives it a bit of a visual depth in terms of process, or not visual depth, but process depth. And if you ever need to locate something, you can find it pretty quickly. But it also shows the history. It kind of gives it a little character. So don't erase those. They're good to have. You want to keep them in. Eventually, I'm going to even ask you to go back in and add lines that go past the point of intersection. But that's later in stage 3. But for now, this is the end result of stage 2. And let me know if you have any questions.